Good day everyone, so my name is Salvador Julivar and this video is all about the Chapter 9 Personal Viewpoint Writing Columns, and I'm going to discuss the suggestions for beginning columnists, some more tips on column writing, and the sample of columns. So I'm hoping that upon watching this video, I can encourage you to love and appreciate the essence of campus journalism. So without further ado, let's start! At the end of this lesson, the students can first define newspaper column, second, apply different tips in writing a newspaper column, and lastly, provide examples of a column from the international and local newspaper. First, let's define what is a column. A column is not a news article, but it is news. It generally answers why and how. It often personal, using the first and second person, I and you. A column often states an opinion. It is said to be like writing an open letter, and a column also has a standard head called a title and a byline at the top. This identifies you and your column for the reader. So writing a newspaper column provides space for a columnist to share their opinions or analyze a chosen topic using their own voice. While a newspaper column does afford a lot of room for freedom, there are certain conventions that should be followed to write an effective column. By learning how to present your subject in an interesting way and how to present your writing in a straightforward manner, you can write a successful newspaper column that engages your audience. So we have here also column suggestions. So when writing a column, do this. First, give the reader timely, helpful information. Second, develop a structure and keep it. Write on a regular schedule. Third, write simple and short sentences and paragraphs. Fourth, in personal columns, use local names and places. Fifth, let others speak for you by use of quotes and references. And last, learn the difference between a column and a news story. On the other hand, when writing a column, you should avoid doing these things. First, use technical or complex words. Second, talk in jargon or unfamiliar terms. Third, talk about one topic constantly. Fourth, include too much detail or material. You should be stimulating interest, not exhausting a subject. And lastly, refer to yourself as a third person. This author, your reporter, or quote yourself. Instead, use mine. So those are the different suggestions for beginning columnists. So if you want more tips, let's watch this. So here are the different tips on how to write a column. Our first tip. Before writing a column, think about purpose, audience, content, and structure. So when we say purpose, it answers, why are you writing? It is to inform the community about an event. Does the paper's editor, the community, or co-workers want it? Are you entertaining, informing, or educating? Do you seek an identity or exposure? Yes. So when we say audience, it answers the question, whom are you trying to reach? Who are you reaching? Decide on your audience. Write in their language at their level about things the audience needs to know or wants to know. Third, content. It answers the question, what will your column discuss? How will you discuss it? Answering why and how will help to determine what. Remember, columns should be based on facts and should be accurate. Names are crucial in a personal column. Personal columns may be informal, yet accuracy and sourcing material count. Lastly, the structure. It answers the question, how will your message get to your audience? There are other types of columns beside the personal column too. Some of these cover specific topics or types of information. They can be question and answer, new ideas, how to do it, pieces, or calendars. People columns often have departments. These departments help you to write your column. Departments can be coming events, applications, notes, or some of the categories suggested for the non-personal columns. So before writing, decide on the purpose, content, audience, and structure. Personal columns should have many local names. They also use words like I, we, or you. Here is our second tips on column writing. First, write the way you talk, but don't discard good English usage and grammar by being friendly and informal. Second, try to uncover a lead or opening that will catch the interest of your readers. Third, use a variety of material, not just one subject. Fourth, write about people. Keep heavy subject matter to a minimum. When using subject matter, try to tell the story through the experiences of local people. Fifth, write simply. Avoid technical or difficult words, long sentences, long paragraphs. Sixth, don't weigh your column down with too much detail. Try to stimulate interest in a subject but don't exhaust the subject. Seventh, jot down ideas, names, figures, impressions, etc. in a notepad while visiting farms and homes. This provides the very best column material. 8. Be timely. Keep up with the effect of weather conditions, seasons, etc., pointing out the significance of these conditions locally. 9. Remember the people you're talking to and give them information that will benefit them in a way they can understand. And lastly, 10. Always get your column to the editor on schedule. Remember, the editor is holding space for it. So here is our third tips entitled 7 Tips to Write a Column according to WriterDigest.com. First, produce on schedule. The editor plans the layout to accommodate your column and counts on you to fill a certain space. If you have to beg occasionally for an extension, it may be granted, but don't make this a habit. Resist frequent email or text excuses with an impeachable justification for not delivering on time or at all. You do not want to promise something you can't deliver. The strictness of outside deadlines can help you to stop thinking about which part of the garage to attack and instead push yourself to your desk. A columnist Gay Sebul said or advises, set daily reminders at work, at home, post it's on the cut. I do all this except maybe the cut according to him, and I've still managed to miss deadlines. Yes. Second, stay interesting. As in our other writing, we can become repetitive and predictable in topics and writing style. Pay attention to your tensions. We all have favorite words and almost automatic constructions. Time and distance between drops help mightily. The more you stay interesting, the more readers you'll have, the more copies and advertising the publication will sell, and the more editors will feel they made a great choice with your column. Veteran columnist Dennis Hensley said that we combat style and subject fatigue by alternating our interests. He said, I was a book and music columnist, a business columnist, then a motivation columnist, and with it all, writing columnist. Third, allow time for each column to cook. A column of 500 or 1,000 words may sound easy to dash off, but you want quality, don't you? Treat each column like a self-contained gem. Give it the same time and attention you'd lavish on your best short story. If your column doesn't quite make the word count, you may be tempted to pad short text. Conversely, if you're over the word count, you may cut unthinkingly to squeeze the column into the required space. How to decide what's important? The answer, says Dennis Halsey, is takeaway value. If readers are giving me their attention, I need to give them something of value in return. So, to make sure you are incorporating value, use the time-honored advice that applies to any writing. Let the column sit for a day or two between drafts. You'll come back with a new editorial eye and fresher phrases. Fourth, realize the column reveals your real life. In a novel or even non-fiction, you can hide somewhat. In a column, you and your views are hanging out there. Gay Sebul's column heroically chronicled her daily life, but she admits, I sometimes wish I'd been a teensy bit less revealing about my inadequacies as a writer and human being, and I quote, "The self-exposure, though, is often what keeps readers coming back and nodding and chuckling in recognition. They're comforted that someone in print is just like them." According to Irma Bumplick, was the queen of laugh out loud self-exposure. Many popular columns today, especially on parenting and its glories and terrors, follow her model. So another reason, the more we courageously delve into and share our inner selves and utter gaps, the more we touch the hearts of others. Yes. Fifth, choose your publications. A column is, after all, a great credit, but use judgment about where you place your column. Sometimes a periodical falls apart or becomes solid for some reason. Notes, Hope Clark, or the editor's peace of mind. The editor may be about to retire, and you have to guarantee that the next editor will embrace a similar editor vision, or policy, or will even want you to continue your column. Sometimes the entire publication is shrinking, and after just a few entries, your column could be phased out. Carefully select your publications. You'll be glad you did. Sixth, guard and apportion your time. Like other pieces of writing, your column deserves time. Allow the time you really want to give it, but note too that your other writing time decreases. Prolific novelist Aaron Lazar warns that column, especially as it gets known, can seriously cut into your pure writing time. But consider too the benefits. In addition to the column credit, any writing helps your major writing. The column offers additional publicity for your other writing works. Your column bio can include your website and the display of your book covers. Column readers curiously about the rest of your writing life will tend to explore your sites and books, leading to more sales for you. So the column invites reader feedback, and some readers are radio and blog hosts seeking interesting guests, and the column helps you attract invitations for speaking and interviews. 7th, be alert to unwanted friends. Readers identify with us through our columns, and of course, we want them to see, too. But they can take too much for granted and get too chummy. Recalls the readers often ask for her free manuscript critics and gets emails from aspiring writers who have read everything you have to say. They're sure they suddenly qualifies them to be your new best friend. When you respond to such readers, be polite, respectful, and firm. You're glad for their attention but want to maintain your professional boundaries. In your response, describe your editorial services. If you offer them and refer readers to your site, invite them to email or call to discuss their needs and your fees. Such replies will help you practice your professionalism and remind yourself of what you do and don't. Thank you for listening, guys. I hope that you've learned a lot. But before I end this video, I would like to share to all of you that one of my classmates said that journalists are the voice of the people. And also, I believe that we can be, or we are capable in becoming a journalist. But we should always make sure that we are responsible of spreading or disseminating information, especially the facts, or especially those essential informations that people need for us to have this better world and better nation. So God bless and thank you.